house place out in Ballard Kingwood. Yep, and one of my co-workers and I were talking about, you know, our band history, you know, stuff that we grew up on, punk rock and whatnot. And just right then and there, I said, you know what? One day when I finally make a punk rock band, I'm going to name it Damn Dirty Commies. And he just laughed. And I knew right then and there that that was perfect because I wanted to make people laugh. I wanted to have fun with it because I felt like a lot of people took punk rock a little too seriously, you know, and didn't really put the joke element of it. Like, I know that it's a serious art form, but at the same time, you know, if you don't put comedy with the aggression, it just kind of, it's like, what's the point? You're just gonna bust a blood vessel in your head. That's ridiculous.
It was weird to play the Hava Nagila as like hard as I could play it. Like, we had to learn the Hava Nagila like line by line, and then just put the story guitar on it and make it into a punk song, and it was fucking weird.
Personally, for me, all my experience in the punk rock scene, I could crank out punk rock songs in 2 minutes flat. So I mean, the Hava Nagila was the weirdest one, but the other two were...
They were just your standard punk songs.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote those instruments. I mean, I thought they were really good, but I wrote them probably 5 minutes a piece, just fiddle-faddling on the old guitar. Old punk rock. I could make a punk rock album in 1 hour. But, yeah, you know, it was easy. I mean...
As a Gentile?
As a Gentile, to play on a Jewish punk rock album, it didn't affect me too much.
I've honestly always wanted to do a punk rock album. Ever since I was 15, 16 years old, I'd always see these bands play, and I'd go to these shows with my lyrics and my binder, and I'd show it to these punk rock bands, and they'd tell me, this is exactly how I write. You know, when are you going to make a band? And I'd always say, oh, I'll make a band. And I never did, but, you know, that was mainly because I didn't really know my way around the city that well at the time, and I was just bumming rides from my folks to get to shows. It never really came together, so I would just pretty much do songs in my friend's basement and call it a day. Never really went anywhere with it. And then I started rapping, and I kind of pushed that all off to the side and sort of did my own thing with that. And just one day I just finally said, you know what, I'm gonna fucking do this. I started writing the songs before. I mean, I always had it in my head. I'm a very, I guess, mentally musical person. I can think of what I want behind what I have already and then apply it to that. When it comes to like rock stuff, when it comes to rap stuff, I can't do that much anymore because it doesn't really apply itself that well. It doesn't, you know, because if you write completely a cappella to a rap song, it doesn't work out. You know, you can build a rock song around lyrics, but you can't really build a rap song around lyrics.
My first reaction to the project was, I think we laughed about it, and it was funny. It was funny. I mean, I couldn't really, like, I didn't take it seriously because that, you know, it's funny. It's like, it's a comedy. So like, when we first were told that this is what it was going to be, you know, we just had fun with it, and that was kind of my continuous reaction all the way through the skits. And yeah, I mean, it's just a fun album.
I don't think it really hit me until we started playing the songs, like what we were getting into. Like, wow, this is really gonna happen. This song is called the Hava Nagila and the Hanukkah song and the Pin and Knife on the Nazi. It's ridiculous.
My target audience, I mean, obviously it'd be great if I gained, you know, support from my own people, being the Jews. That'd be lovely. But I don't quite expect it because I'm kind of a weirdo and I've always been a weirdo. And I don't really expect the support up front because I know it's very aggressive and it's very in your face. And it's not the most conventional prospect of Judaism. You know, Judaism's a very peaceful way of life as far as, you know, the traditional sense of Judaism. You know, follow the 10 Commandments, and I'm telling, you know, people to stab a Nazi in the face and punch a Nazi in the face and all this other stuff. And I don't, you know, it's hard for a lot of people to understand the world that I came from. The world that I came from was very dark. I mean, I've dealt with anti-Semites, neo-Nazis, I've dealt with, you know, Klans people who are just the scum of the fucking earth. And once you deal with those people and you are a Jew and you meet anti-fascists, you want to get behind that movement so heavy that, you know, promoting these ideas is important. I mean, I look at the news in Russia, for example, and, you know, there's state-sponsored neo-Nazis fucking up, you know, people who come in just immigrating to Russia trying to find a home as refugees. And, you know, nobody's doing shit about it. Nobody. They're just letting these militarized neo-Nazis do whatever the fuck they want because, you know, the ends justify the means for them. So, I mean, neo-Nazism is a very rampant force, especially in Europe. And, I mean, it's been a rampant force in Pennsylvania. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but at one point, Pennsylvania had the highest white power population in the entire United States. Not Alabama, not Mississippi, got any of those southern states. You know, you look at the news right now, you're seeing North Carolina with their, you know, bullshit laws against trans people and all that shit. But Pennsylvania, between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, always has been known as Pennsyltucky, you know, backwoods bullshit, you know? So it's been in Pennsylvania for a very long time. Very few people addressed it because of fear of reprisal, you know, different neo-Nazi groups. I don't really feel like giving them a shout out because I think they're just scumbags personally, and giving them any kind of power by giving them the name of their organization would just validate them. So I'm just gonna say these people are not good people, and they need to have some light put on them to expose who they are. And if I can do that with making fun of it, making light of it, and still holding a smile on my face despite everything I've been through, I think that's the most important part of it. Because by nature, Jews are very comedic people. I mean, you look at Mel Brooks, I mean, you look at The Producer, they made fucking Springtime for Hitler, you know? I grew up on that kind of stuff. I grew up on the idea that we can have a sense of humor, we can survive these things. I mean, I'm a Jew with tattoos, personally. You know, I feel like me having tattoos in a way kind of just is a big middle finger to the Nazis, you know, because of the concentration camps. I feel like it's a nice middle finger because I don't let them take away the things I enjoy artistically. And that's the main focus of this album for me, is not allowing shitty people to take away your inspiration artistically. And that's where I'm coming from.
The vibe I was going for when we were writing these, I remember talking. I was told punk rock song, like make a punk rock song, and so I mean there's 4-chord like chorus, 4-chord verse, an intro and an outro, punk, the most standard basic punk rock song. I don't know if it was a surfy vibe or, I mean, when I think punk rock, I think of like Black Flag and Minor Threat and, you know, bands like that. And that's just kind of the vibe I go for. The fast, short, aggressive, kind of deal.
The skits were definitely a bit of an afterthought, but, you know, I just thought it was fucking hilarious. I had a dream about the Pin the Knife on the Nazi skit. And it was just fucking great. I thought about it, and I woke up from my dream and I'm like, let's play Pin the Knife on the Nazi! And then I just imagined a bunch of little kids cheering, like, yeah! Woo! How could you not laugh at that? Every time that we replayed it in the studio, we fucking laughed our asses off. And that's when I knew that it was perfect. Just enough comedy. And the message from Hitler, come on, man. How could you not satirize Hitler? I would obviously, by like the skit from Hitler have already made a fucking neo-Nazi incredibly fuming mad because they're such serious assholes. They're probably sitting there like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you so much. And I'm like, yeah, you do, good job. That's what you do best. I wanted them to hate me. You know why? Because fuck them. Because it's funny as shit. And I don't really take myself too seriously either, you know? I mean, I made some songs about, you know, punching Nazis in the face and stabbing them in the face. I mean, that's why I had to make the Pin the Knife on the Nazi game. Because the Pin the Knife on the Nazi game really just added a new dimension to it. Instead of just, you know, having the song, having the game just brought it all together for me. And, you know, putting everything on Uzi flash drives. I mean, Uzis are an invention of Jews. And then the Chai symbol. The Chai symbol wasn't too Jewy. But I felt like putting, you know, a good luck symbol on top of an Uzi was kind of funny. Because, you know, like good luck, we made Uzis, you know, you better fucking run kind of thing maybe. I don't know, I mean. Or, you know, two good things that the Jews made that aren't insanely Jewy, that look cool still. And, you know, will make, how do I say, not Jewish people happy still, I guess. So I could have, you know, a not Jewish demographic that also enjoys the work. And, I mean, how could you not like Uzis and good luck? I mean, they're two cool things, I guess. So, you know.
Alright, so
Gentiles was the word.
Gentiles.
Yeah, I didn't want to fucking say Gentiles because that's kind of offensive. So I'm not gonna say Gentiles, the fucking Gentiles. That's fucked up.
Alright, so there's a few questions left.
Yeah.
Try to shorten the answers though, because you ramble and we're at like 20 minutes.
Okay.
What role did Steve and Ethan have in this project?
The role Steve and Ethan had in this project, Steve provided pretty much, I'd say, 89% of the instrumentals. Ethan provided a little bit of constructive help with some of the guitars and some additional ois, which really added some flavor to it. We needed a little bit of kosher flavoring in there, and Ethan provided, so I was very happy about that. And yeah, you know, I like to bust Ethan's balls, and you know, all the time, because that's just what you do. It's called fetching. It's for people who aren't aware, you know, it's arguing back and forth and with each other, just carrying on, you know, being ridiculous. So, you know, having Ethan involved in this was really nice, and Steve being involved. I wanted to make another album with Steve for a very long time, you know. We made shitty rap albums in Steve's basement, but actually making a real album in the studio was very cool. What's the Jewiest thing you've ever eaten in your life?
Do you want to get that first, Jim? I don't know. What's the Jewish thing that you've ever eaten?
I don't even know if I've ever eaten lox.
I mean, you go to Passover and shit.
Yeah, but we just eat like brisket and like. Is kugel Alright, we'll go with kugel. I don't even know what it is, but I know I've eaten it. It's that cinnamon shit, right?
It's
like cinnamon and pasta?
Yeah, it's pasta.
Yeah.
Ew! That's fucking
And
gross.
raisins.
Ew!
Raisins,
gross.
That's fucking disgusting.
It's like bow ties.
Ew!
Gross.
Fuck! My second favorite bread is Jew bread. It's I love it. I think it's delicious. I've had a challah grilled cheese before. That was fucking excellent. I love Jewish delis. I think they're great. I like bagels. I do like a good bagel. Listen, I don't like lox, so I like the creme cheese.
Creme's good.
What else do I eat that's kind of Jewy? I mean, I shop at Whole Foods in
Matzo ball
Elkins
soup?
Park, and that's kind of Jewy there too. So, matzo ball soup I don't love because it's fish broth, and I think it tastes like fish and it's gross. I like matzah. I've had a matzah grilled cheese before too, and that was good.
Did you ever not eat it in fish broth?
I never had it without fish broth, but every time I ever had it, because because I had a lot of Jewish friends when I was especially in high school, and I went to probably 30 mitzvahs, yeah.
Nice.
Bar and bat.
Any beignets?
I don't even know what that is.
It's where it's a double bar bat mitzvah.
Never went to that, but I had a lot of matzo ball soup, and I think they were all fish. And I liked food at that time a lot, and I still do, but I never liked fish broth. Like, it always just was like, ugh, gross. I never liked fish. Never a big fish guy. Maybe fried catfish a little bit, but never like, I'll eat a fucking piece of shit if it's fried, so. But yeah, I don't know.
Good shit.
The halal is probably my favorite, and maybe, yeah. I mean, you said 8, right? Or did? Jewish thing you ever did, or 8?
8.
8? Yeah, halal.
Oh,
Delicious. That's yeah. I used to.
Here's a monk.
Before I finally got laid and had sexual intercourse with my first woman, I did strictly date Jewish women. But they were the only ones who would let me eat the monk.
This goes to the top of the things you're going to hell list for today, Just wanted to make you aware.
Don't you not believe in hell because you're a Jew?
I said I'm an esoteric Jew.
Oh, okay.
You don't believe in hell. Well, you don't believe in shit.
I was sitting at the Rusty Nail next to my friend Andrew, who also has the same government name as I do, and at the same time had the same job as I did, working the door. So I showed him the lyrics, he laughed, and he's not Jewish. So I was like, alright, I have something. If I can make non-Jews laugh at something that I write that's very Jewy, then it must be funny, right? And then Pin the Knife on the Nazi, well, I kind of had this general idea of what I wanted from Pin the Knife on the Nazi, because when I was growing up, we always had, the fun games like Pin the Tail on the Donkey and, all the little carnival games. So I wanted to make something ridiculously funny that I could also kind of make a game out of too. The game came later, of course, but at the same time, I feel like making it so that there could be a game was the best idea. And then Hanukkah, I wanted to make the most nihilistic, fuck the holidays Hanukkah song ever. And I think I accomplished that. Adam Sandler, great song, really great song. Didn't really speak to me though. Didn't really have shit to do with Hanukkah. So, I'm not saying that my song is better or, has more to it, but I'm kind of saying it might be better and has more to it. What about Anne Frank? Oh man. What? What was I thinking with Anne Frank? That was a good time. For me, Jews in the media have always been portrayed as a Mort Goldman or a Jerry Seinfeld or some weak-ass fucking dude who can't defend himself. So, when I made Anne Frank, I wanted to let people know that there are Jews like me in this world. I'm not the only person like me. There's a lot of us. There's a lot of what people would consider Reformed Jews. That's how I grew up. We eat bacon, we have tattoos, we go to punk rock shows, we listen to alternative music and don't give a fuck about your opinion of it. There's a lot of us. So, Anne Frank. I'm not Anne Frank, I won't hide, I'll fucking kill you was the original hook. And then I kind of built the song around it, and I had a beat finally when I listened to it from Fiasco Andretti of LSP LLC. So, that was basically where I ran with it. I wanted to do an Oi McVey solo rap song on this whole thing, kind of just to tie it all together. But, I couldn't make a Unabomber song that was super Jewy, so an Oi McVey solo song, one verse, done. And it was just one of those knockout punch kind of songs, so all it needed was one verse and 2 hooks, so that's it.
The skit with the pin the tail on the Nazi or pin the knife on the Nazi skit is fucking hilarious. Like, we did that like 15 times before it was right because it was so funny. But in like song wise, probably the Holiday Girl. That shit was just really funny to make, and we were having such a, you know, we just enjoyed ourselves doing that. I really like all the instrumentals. I think they're really good. If we didn't use them for this project, I probably would use them for something else. I think they're quality. They're nice, hard punk rock.
I'll probably go with that one, regular too. I think that one had the most effort put into it because we had to actually learn a fucking song instead of just like picking random chords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how the general audience will perceive this project, because, you know, I'm kind of a crazy person. I'm kind of an off-the-wall, strange, esoteric-minded person. What I think could be funny and fucking hilarious, other people could find completely offensive, and that's cool. That's fine. If this becomes completely offensive and like some insane shit happens or people try to fight me over it, then at least I had something worth fighting over, basically. And that's where I'm at with it. This has been brewing for years upon years for me. You can read my full story in my book when I put it out one day, but this is a reflection of a time in my life where I dealt with a lot of very anti-Semitic people, a lot of pieces of shit, and fuck racism, basically, is where I'm at. This is my big middle finger to it. Bye!